A History of Private Life, Revelations of the Medieval World. I do occasionally get kind of interested in the medieval world, what it was really like. And I've got another book, A Time Traveler's Guide to Medieval England. This one is more, how should I put it? It's more in-depth, it's more academic. It's not like you have to be some kind of expert or something, but it is, the other one is more, targeted to someone with a passing interest, and they make it really interesting, and it's really good. That sounds wrong. This is also interesting, but it's not just for, it's not as casual a thing as the other book. So why am I talking about the other book? All right. So apparently this is the second in a series, or at least maybe in 2 books. I don't have the other one. Maybe I should get it. The other one is from Pagan Rome to Byzantium. And so then this one is called A History of Private Life. And it really is that. It's not a history of, the kings and queens and the nobles and what they did to move history. It's not about wars. It still might talk about the life of nobles, but it's their lives. It's not the things that they did that accomplished so-called great things. It's, how did they sleep, and what did they eat, and what were the laws and the mores at the time? Not just the laws, which are easier to find, but sort of what did people actually do? What did they actually believe in? What did they think was right? So I have not read it cover to cover. I've read large chunks of it. I've always found it interesting, really interesting. And so why haven't I read the whole thing? I have no idea. I'll just sort of like get reading. I'll pull it out when I have some time and like read through something, but I have never pulled it out and said, okay, I'm going to start from the beginning and go to the end. See, this part's about the aristocrats. Let's look at the table of contents. First of all, might as well mention who has edited and who has written it and who has translated it into English. I think the original was in French. So looking at the table of contents, we get something of an idea. The aristocrats in feudal France, the Tuscans, literature, civilizing the fortress, peasant hearth to papal palace, solitude and intimacy. They do talk about sex and what that was like. Right here we go. Adultery was an obsession in medieval society. Envious eyes lay in wait whenever lovers chanced to meet. Yeah. Really, really interesting. I should definitely look for that first one. If it's as good as this one, the reviews of the first one are all superlatives. Okay, so that's A History of Private Life, Revelations of the Medieval World. And I suppose it has different authors, or different, people have written different parts, because all they're saying is that it's edited by Georges Duby, and that's my French, and translated by Arthur Goldhammer.